This is Ken the Metal Professor. I am in the house at Inman's Bowling and Recreation Center. It's a bit after 6:30 on Saturday night. Nice weather night here in Valpo. Good night for wrestling as it returns to town for the first time since late 2019. Project Revolution Wrestling show Love and War is going to kick off in about 20 minutes, and I'm going to record highlights for you so that you can get the best of a probably 2.5 hour show compressed down to about 45 to 60 minutes. We'll have to see how that goes. There's already people sitting in the chairs. There are people sitting in the chairs before the official, quote-unquote door time. There's really not doors here in Inman's. We're back in the roller rink area, so there's no way to block it off. But eager beavers were already in place, and they still have another 20 minutes to wait. And when it's time to get started, I will tune back in. It is now a hair past 7, and the show is underway. You can hear the thud of the ring music, and ring announcer Ariana Jefferson Francis, who I can say now is officially a friend of the show since she and John Francis visited WVLP last weekend. She is now ready to kick things off.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wrestling fans of all ages, Project Revolution Wrestling proudly brings to you PRW Love and War! Thank you. I'm your ring announcer. Slightly out of breath, sorry about that. The lovely Mrs. Ariana Jefferson Francis. And have we got a fantastic show for you tonight. Full of thrills, spills, and chills. And before I go into, of course, liturgy of what we have in store for you, first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a hand for our special guest over here in the back, WWE Hall of Famer, Bushwhacker Lou! So I hope you all are ready for some high-flying, nail-biting, jaw-dropping, eye-popping, gut-wrenching, butt-clenching action! And so, let the revolution begin! Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, introducing to the ring, the PRW executive, Lady Z.
And now Chi-Town T with his little group is also out at the ring.
There we go. Right out here in good old country town, USA, Valparaiso. Yeah, how about that? So, they think they're going to put me in a wrestling match against Primo and Akua. It is not, you watch your mouth, boy. It is not going to happen because I'm not getting in any wrestling ring against anybody because I'm an old man with a bad back. So I refuse to wrestle anybody. So, what I will do right now, though, is I will bring out the world's greatest heavyweight champion. You can forget all about Akua. So, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the one and only Mr. Sean McLeod, the real world champion.
Now you heard Chi-Town T referencing Sean McLeod as the current PRW champion. If you listen to the recap from PRW's last show here at Inman's, you heard Akua take that championship from John Francis. But in the meantime, at an event at a different location between then and now, Sean McLeod got the title from Akua. And there's a whole bunch of history there. I have to say, Sean McLeod is a pretty sharp dresser. He is definitely proud of his title.
That's sitting in the back with his rich butt, think he's going to come out here and be the rock star himself, Sean McLeod. It is not going to happen. We're not going to get in the wrestling ring. And champ, you want to say anything?
I mean, I can try to talk slow, and I can try to use small words so everybody here can understand. I mean, maybe that might work. Not gonna work? Do you think that'll work? All I have, right. So all I have to say is just like that slouch Akua, Francis, he doesn't stand a chance. There's a reason that I have this. There is a reason that I am your champion. And after tonight's over, you're going to see I will still be your champion.
All right. So, on that note, I'm going to take the world's greatest laureate, the real player, King of Fire, and my main man, come on. My main man, Daniel Rogers, and nobody's not touching me because I'm not getting in this thing for nothing.
And what we learned from that was that if there was an expectation that Chi-Town T was going to be in a match, he says that's not going to happen because he's an old man with a bad back. Those are his words, not mine.
But first up, before I go on to our next match, I did want to make certain that we acknowledge our PRW Ladies Champion, the fabulous Breezy Van Buren on commentary, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, they will not be able to perform tonight as they were brutally unexpectedly injured by DJ the Disaster at an earlier time. So, unfortunately, she will not be able to defend her championship at this time. Of course, hopefully we will see more from her later on in the future. But in the meantime, what's a PRW show without the fabulous Breezy Van Buren?
Here he is! And that's home period.
And so this time, we will be moving on to the first contest, which is scheduled for one fall! Introducing to the ring first.
So this first match is going to be Rodney Jackson, who's also known as Buff Daddy and also known as the Only Attraction, against Excalibur. And here comes Excalibur to the ring first. This may be a very fun opening match because it looks like we have two gentlemen in the ring who are not afraid to leave their feet. And in fact, Rodney Jackson, as he was getting in the ring, he stood on the middle turnbuckle in the corner closest to me and did a backflip. And when he was upside down, there were maybe 3 or 4 inches between his boots and the ceiling. Let's hope no damage is done to the tiles that are up there above us right now.
Yo, wait a minute.
And before Rodney Jackson and Excalibur can start, Chi-Town T comes out to interrupt things.
You know, I really don't like either one of you guys, so I decided to put somebody in this match I really like. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to right now make this a three-way, I want to bring out my man, Damien Malice.
And Chi-Town T has introduced a third person into this match. The crowd is asking, where is your music? But hey, he's a last-minute addition to the match. The people at the soundboard couldn't have known that he was going to come in.
Is that reefers on your belt?
Ref Dale's job just got a little bit harder. Excalibur's trying to figure this out. Excalibur is giving him grief for showing up with a belt but no music. Now Ref Dale's got 3 people's boots and tights to check. 2 of them came up clean.
All right, so, like I was saying earlier, you guys, Damien doesn't need music. He is a bad man. He's going to win this match right hands down. I don't like Excalibur. I don't like Jackson. So let's watch Damien Malice do work. Take notes.
Excalibur is keeping the chatter going in the ring. Rodney Jackson is stretching out. The bell rings and Excalibur just jumps out. I mean, it's a triple threat match. There's no reason Excalibur has to be in there at the moment, and he knows it. We got a headlock on Rodney Jackson to start things off here. Oh, and a drop toe hold from behind right onto his face.
Take a look at that, Arsenal. You see that? You see Malice? He is a wrestling machine.
Excalibur finally jumped back into the ring after Rodney Jackson had been beaten up for a bit. Excalibur and Damien Malice now double teaming Rodney Jackson.
That's good. That's good. They need to keep Jackson up. Jackson, straight Jackson.
Rodney took them both down at the same time. Could not get a pinfall, though. It's a little early for that.
He's a sneaky thief.
Standing moonsault.
That was close. That was close.
There's a little confusion. It seems like ref is, yeah. Rodney Jackson pinned Damien. The ref called for the bell. That happened early and unexpected. And Damien is being a gentleman and helping a stunned Excalibur out of the ring.
Okay, and so, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and keep this action rolling for our following contest, which is a tornado tag contest. Introducing first, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, weighing in a combined weight of 470 pounds, accompanied to the ring by DOA. They are the team of Mad Dog Jack and Cody Biggs of Anarchy Apocalypse.
So Cody Biggs and Mad Dog Jack of Anarchy Apocalypse coming to the ring. They are going to be in this tornado tag team match.
But I just want you to know that this is wrong, Tony. And it wasn't so long ago.
And the noise you hear is the sudden entrance of DOD. They didn't wait for any music or any introduction. They just rushed the ring and took it right to Anarchy Apocalypse. So you got Coda Camillo and Crazy Scott rushed the ring and didn't quite go their way, so now they've been knocked out of the ring. You'll be able to hear Crazy Scott. I remember him from the last show with his loud cackle. Now there's been a suicide dive out of the ring. All four men are out on the floor.
This is not going to be a match for the
It's suitable that I'm wearing my Lucha Underground shirt because Crazy Scott just did that arm breaker move of Pentagon Jr. to one of his opponents. It didn't lead to a pinfall though, but it did lead to some screaming. In a tornado tag team, all four men are allowed to be in the ring together. So it's really not one-on-one with people waiting in the wings to join in. It's just a four-way brawl. Still has to end by a pinfall. There are still rules. It's just that everybody can be in the ring at the same time. And that was Crazy Scott. You heard giggling? In his own special way, Crazy Scott has told his partner Coda to go get a chair. Coda has obliged. He's hitting himself in the head with it. I don't know if he understands what you're supposed to do. But he's looks like he's about to line up Cody Biggs. No. He brought the chair in the ring, but they haven't done anything with it yet. And that was a double set of chops from DOD onto Anarchy Apocalypse, but then for their troubles, DOD got rammed into each other in the center of the ring, and now both of them are in sleeper holds. Crazy Scott and Coda are not going for a pinfall yet, though. Now they remembered the chair. Oh! They set up the chair, and Crazy Scott just dropped his own partner's throat across the top of the chair back. Why did he do that? I'm puzzled, they're puzzled, everybody, the ref is puzzled. The people doing commentary live in the room are puzzled.
Oh my God, he's bleeding out of his mouth. Oh, wow. Oh, no, this one is fine right here. He's not supposed to be doing that.
Oh, and then Crazy Scott lifts up Coda and gives him a pile driver. Crazy Scott left the ring after that pile driver. DOD took advantage, as they should.
We are still checking out the stats for Coco Comio. I don't know what happened. Apparently, it would appear that the Disciples of Darkness may be no more. But we're going to keep you guys with that as soon as we possibly can. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and move on to the PRW North American YouTube Championship!
So Hoodfoot Mo Atlas being announced first to come out to the ring for this triple threat match for the PRW North American YouTube Championship. Mike Balls is one of the other contestants, and a mystery contestant to be announced.
Valparaiso, Indiana! Weighing 219 pounds, he is the current PRW North American YouTube Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Balls!
So this triple threat is between current champion Mike Balls from Valparaiso, and he's got his own cheering section, people with signs and everything.
His hair bigger than mine.
And we've got Ryan Shadows, fresh off of his black metal band practice.
Mikey, 2 belts. Mikey, 2 belts. Mikey.
Mike Balls getting the Mikey 2 Belts chant. So Mike Balls, Ryan Shadows, and Hoodfoot Mo Atlas. Again, this is for the PRW North American YouTube Championship. Which Mike Balls currently holds, along with another title. And the three guys are having a conference in the ring until Mo and Mike both take on Ryan Shadows at the same time. Mo flings Shadows into a corner turnbuckle. Mike Balls follows up with a diving head strike, just like a javelin, right into his midsection. And then he drops him on his head. And now it's Mike Balls and Mo. Mo Atlas took care of Mo Atlas took care of Mike Balls,
We're gonna keep you guys updated until we find
to where
out.
Mike Balls was a little loopy. So he switched his attention to Ryan Shadows. Mo Atlas and Ryan Shadows are battling outside the ring, but here comes a recovered Mike Balls with a suicide dive through the ropes and onto that hard concrete floor. There's no padding around the ring here at Inman's. All three men were trading blows on the floor after that suicide dive, and Hoodfoot Mo Atlas has walked off through the curtain. Not sure what's going on there.
Oh, well, he's coming back with more chairs.
Oh, he's back with chairs.
I look like he has one for everybody out there. He had 2 already and Shadows on his own. I didn't know it was going to be a chair match. But it is a triple threat match. Usually in those situations, literally,
Mo threw a chair into the ring, then it bounced around and landed next to Ryan Shadows, so Ryan Shadows grabbed the chair. But Mo brought enough for everybody. He's got 2 chairs set up in the ring. All 3 men are now sitting in the chairs in a little mini circle in the center of the ring, with a wave of right-hand blows just moving around the circle. One hits the other, he hits the next, and back to where it started, over and over again. Until Mike Balls spoils it with a headbutt. Ryan Shadows had Mike Balls in a chokehold. Mo Atlas drop-kicked Ryan Shadows. Tried to pin Mike, didn't work. Now Ryan's pounding on Mo. Big old clothesline by Ryan Shadows onto Mo Atlas. Takes him down. Ryan's rolling Mo out of the ring, and Mike Balls hits him with a spear when he turned back around.
And Ryan Shadow rolls out the ring with smart thinking.
But it's smart thinking, but you can't win.
But then Ryan Shadows rolled out through the ropes, so he could not get pinned. Even when he's loopy, he had his wits about him there. Mike Balls just invited Mo to a lariat party. We'll see what that is.
Oh.
They're simultaneously hitting each other with lariats until one of them goes down, but so far neither one has. Balls drop Mo on his head. Isn't getting a pin. In the meantime, Ryan Shadows has snuck up behind him.
Ryan Shadows got a hand for that hair. Oh!
Uh-oh. Low blow from Shadows onto Ryan, or onto Mike. Now Ryan's trying to roll up Mo, and it worked. So Ryan Shadows is now your PRW YouTube champion. Now he's Ryan 2 belts.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and new PRW North American YouTube champion, Ryan Shadows. Our following contest, which will be a battle royal.
Okay, it's time for a battle royal. I don't know if people are going to be introduced one at a time or just come out in a big blob. Well, here comes Crazy Scott. He's unmistakable. Two guys in orange, white, and green Irish colors. The Arabian Sheik. In the meantime, several other people have come out, including Ryu Shinzaki, the Disciples of Darkness, who had a match earlier. Inman's general manager, Sean Shashelski, kind of getting into it with some of the guys at the ringside. I'm not sure what was going on over there. Now everybody's in the ring. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ding, ding, ding. And they're at it.
Come on, look, DLC is starting up. He's on fire.
Some chopping going on up there.
Into a bad tag. What do you think about that?
A 6-man tag.
6-man tag right now. Let's do it right now. Oh! And he got airborne. That's what I want
And
to
another
see.
example
That's what
of
we're getting right now.
spontaneity.
As he's throwing everybody back in the ring. And we got one record
Half a
there.
dozen or more people had been eliminated.
Oh! Oh, that is tough. This
Chi-Town T left his commentary position, went to the ring, and announced that the last 6 people in there, it wasn't a battle royal anymore, it's a 6-man tag.
It's given. Oh!
Angus McDuff and his partner in their Irish colors. Ryu Shinzaki, one of the members of DOC. Arabian Sheik.
Oh.
And we'll see how this turns out. So theoretically, this has turned into a 6-man tag match, meaning there should be 2 men in the ring and 4 men out of the ring waiting for their turn. But it really is just a pure 6 brawl. All 6 men in and out of the ring, slugging it out.
He's got the Sheik hooked up. Let's see what is he doing up there? King Willie, Yeah.
And while the ref's back is turned, the Arabian Sheik has clobbered his opponent with his flagpole, and there is a pinfall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Sheik and the Irish Mafia.
Are we at all surprised that she had to cheat once again to get the win?
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to win. And once again, the Sheik gets another win. He's getting out of there.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to reinforce, of course, we have lovely, fantastic WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke back here waiting for you to come over and get pictures, autographs, take advantage of this time. Also, those who may be interested, I know we are such a crowd, which is a great thing. I hope you guys are all having some fun. Are you guys ready tonight? And those who are, just don't be shy. Come on in, join us. Tickets are only $10, and you can have a seat instead of standing over in the aisles where we may cause the ire of the fire marshal. So, in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and move to our next contest, which is scheduled for what fall? Introducing to the ring first, from the west side of Chicago, weighing in at 245 pounds, he is accompanied by Big Junior, Willie the Bomb Richardson. Ladies and gentlemen, John Scratch!
Yeah.
So now we have just a plain old one-on-one match with Willie the Bomb Richardson. He was wrestling as a member of the family the other weekend somewhere else.
Anyway, back
So he's not winning friends around here either.
we got John
His
Scratch.
opponent is John Scrutch, Mr. Go Hard, Go Home. So not only does John Scrutch have to keep his eye on Willie Richardson, he's going to keep his eye on the three people outside the ring too. So Willie the Bomb came out with members of the council, like Big Junior. In the early part of the match, while there was action going on in the ring, there's two little girls over there off on the side, standing up on their chairs, just giving them an earful. It was really funny. Good for them. Back in the ring, Willie the Bomb tries to offer a hand to John Scrutch. Scrutch is having none of that. So he gave him a fist instead of a hand, and a whip into a turnbuckle. Goes for a splash, but Willie the Bomb dropped down out of the way, and now John Scrutch is dangling over the top rope with his butt and feet in the air. And Willie the Bomb helps him off by kneeing him in the gut until he drops over the other side.
Will you not be able to broke my leg?
Willie had John Scrutch down on the mat, sitting upright, and then Willie ran the ropes twice from one end of the ropes to the other. Bounce, bounce. You know, like Adam Cole lining up for his finishing move. And you thought Willie was just going to hit him really hard with something. He comes off the ropes with a lot of momentum and then just stops, goes down on a knee, and puts Scrutch in a headlock again. Defying expectations is Willie the Bomb Richardson. Willie just took out John Scrutch with a football tackle from the side. Went for a pinfall. And when the ref was about to get to 3, Willie lifted Scrutch's head up off the mat to interrupt his own pinfall so he could do some more punishment. That big thud was Willie coming off the second turnbuckle with a flying elbow onto Scrutch. And he picks his head up off the mat again. Willie's getting a little cocky here, and sometimes that does not pay off, and it comes back to bite you. We'll see how this goes. Now he's up on the second turnbuckle in the corner again. This time a flying leg drop right across the midsection of Scrutch.
From the second row.
And he lifts his head up off the mat a third time. Scrutch is out of it. Willie's just keeping up the punishment.
He's completely out of fun right now.
The little girls on the side are letting him have it. We need Bushwhacker Luke to run in and rescue John Scrutch. Oh, a series of 3 headbutts to Scrutch and then a slap. And then Scrutch with his own version of the RKO out of nowhere. But he's a little groggy. Is he going to be able to do anything about it? He's draped his arm across Richardson. Oh, and DJ the Disaster runs in from outside the ring. And there is your DQ. DQ. I wonder if we're going to be out of here in time to go to Dairy Queen. And now things have totally broken down.
Right now, we're going to go ahead and keep things rolling. Are you guys having a good night tonight? Are you sure? Are you really sure? Okay, let me ask one more time. How are you guys doing tonight?
So we're heading into match
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
6 of 7 with no intermission. Another 6-man tag. Maybe we'll be out of here in time for Dairy Queen after all. That lengthy introduction for Akua. From Ariana Jefferson, Akua and his partner Primal will be coming out to take on Chi-Town T and some mystery partners. This is the match that Chi-Town T earlier claimed he was not going to be a part of. We'll see how that goes. So as he promised, Chi-Town T is claiming he's going to go to the back and come back out when this is all over. But as he tries to go back through the curtain, a large group of people from backstage blocked his way. So this is an example of the politics of PRW, where I still feel like I need a flowchart to figure out what's going on. Chi-Town T is the owner of PRW. He's backed by Lady Z and the council as he sort of runs roughshod. But there are others in the company who are opposed to them. In fact, Akua's 2 tag team partners used to be part of the council. CMB and Estrada. So they must have had a falling out with the council and Chi-Town T, and that's why they are teaming with Akua. Even though he hasn't been allowed to go backstage, Chi-Town T is still avoiding getting in the ring. As I mentioned earlier, and this will have to do with the next match as well, Akua won the PRW Heavyweight Championship the last time PRW was here at Inman's. He won it from John Francis. Well, Sean McLeod defeated Akua for the PRW Heavyweight Championship between their last visit here to Inman's and tonight. Sean McLeod needs a flowchart too. He won the championship with a low blow to Akua, which apparently surprised everybody in the crowd. They weren't expecting that kind of thing from him. Francis and Akua. All right, finally the match has started up. Chi-Town T is in the ring. And now he's being hoisted up overhead and thrown onto one of his own tag team partners. And the crowd wants to see that one more time. Chi-Town T runs into the arms of Big Junior for protection. Okay, the other member of Primal is now in the ring with Chi-Town T. He weighs at least twice as much. Chi-Town T pokes him in the eye. Running off the ropes, leapfrog. And just gets splatted down to the mat with a headbutt for his troubles. So Chi-Town's now on the ground outside the ring. I'm going to see if I can get back to some storytelling related to the match coming up next while Chi-Town is being carried around the side of the ring there. He still can't get backstage. Sean McLeod and Akua used to be tag team champions here in PRW. He was injured by Ryan Shadows back in 2018. So he had to vacate his North American title and take a break for a while. He came back this past October and helped Mike Balls win the title that he himself had vacated. So that's where Mike Balls got to the North American YouTube Championship, which Mike Balls lost this evening. So everything pointed to Sean McLeod being on the up and up. But during his title match with Akua at the end of 2019, he had a change of heart, gave Akua a low blow, his own ex-tag team partner, and won the heavyweight championship from him. Now, McLeod and Akua have quite a bit of history, but so do McLeod and John Francis. They actually had a loser leaves PRW match way back in 2016. John Francis and Sean McLeod faced off in 2016. Francis lost. He retired from PRW. But then eventually he came back as commissioner and then got his way back into competition. And so, having lost the title to Akua at the last visit to Valparaiso, and then Akua having lost the title to his old tag team partner Sean McLeod between then and now, we've come full circle to John Francis attempting to win back that title from Sean McLeod tonight in the next match. Everybody got that? Good. All right, Akua is having some fun with his opponents in the ring. He's got his hands on Chi-Town T. He's got him up. He's doing squats with him, and then a big slam. And Akua takes a bow as Chi-Town T once again rolls outside the ring. All right, I missed the bell, but Akua and Primal, CMB and Estrada just defeated Chi-Town T and Kendall Fire and Daniel Rogers. And the crowd goes silent with the permission of heavy metal. And John Francis coming to the ring for his match, accompanied by Bushwhacker Luke. And they're even doing the arm thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is still for one fall, and it will be for the PRW Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, the manager for the challenger from right down under. He is WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke. And introducing the challengers from the Golden State of California, weighing in at from Chicago, Illinois, weighing at 205 pounds, he is the current PRW Heavyweight Champion, Sat
All right, this championship match is underway, and during the last match, I was trying to run through sort of the events leading up to this because it's quite complicated. And I was interrupted several times by things happening in the ring. I mean, here I am trying to talk about stuff during a match, and the wrestlers kept doing things that needed to be commented on. How rude. But through the magic of editing, hopefully I will have made it somewhat coherent. But again, here we are, Sean McLeod against John Francis for the PRW Heavyweight Championship. John Francis was the champion through part of last year until their last event here at Inman's, where he lost the belt to Akua. Akua used to be tag team partners with Sean McLeod. They had been on friendly terms, but during a match they had since then, Sean McLeod hit Akua with a low blow to take the title. And now John Francis is taking on Sean McLeod, trying to get that championship back. As you can imagine, this match did not start off easily. They went right after each other. John Francis just loses the test of strength, so his wrists are getting broken at the moment. Francis has Bushwhacker Luke in his corner. And he's trying to get a chant started. It's marginally successful. Francis has got himself back to his feet. Still in the test of strength. Oh, but McLeod sticks his leg behind Francis and trips him over it. Trying to get a pinfall, but it's too early for that.
Trying to wear him down.
So far, this match has been a lot of, I guess what we would call strategery, with each person trying to outsmart the other. And I think Sean McLeod just gave up on the strategizing because he just clawed at Francis's eyeballs. I think that's his way of saying, enough of these head games, let's just fight. After a spine buster, Francis is down. These two guys know each other very, very well, so it will be hard for one to outsmart the other. McLeod has had his hands on just about every title in PRW. As I mentioned, he was tag team champion with Akua. He had held the North American title that Mikey Balls held for quite a while and then just lost tonight. He's currently the heavyweight champion. He's done it all. McLeod's going up to the, well, not the top turnbuckle because there's not enough airspace. Well, maybe he's trying for that top turnbuckle. He's up there with one foot, but he's sort of hunched over. Francis is getting to his feet. McLeod is While McLeod was jabbering at the crowd, Francis bolted over and knocked him off his perch. Francis struck while he had the chance, and that's the thing about these guys knowing each other so well. Francis is trying for a belly-to-belly suplex up and over the top rope, but no such luck.
Oh, I think he might have re-entered as again. If you recall, Sean McLeod was injured.
McLeod finally jumped off the top turnbuckle,
The PRW
hit the mat awkwardly, and now he's clenching his knee. He's claiming he's fine, but he can't stand up on his leg just yet.
We're waiting for the signal to end the match, to ring the bell. The referee calling for some help. I don't know, it looks like McLeod may be planning on, or maybe not, I don't know.
And remember, these guys did used to be friends. Francis is conflicted about whether he's going to be concerned. He's going over there. Oh, and McLeod suckered him into a drop onto the turnbuckle.
McLeod just suckered John Francis
McLeod proclaims it's a miracle.
Yes. Am I surprised? Not at all. Disrespectful.
McLeod was trying to pin Francis. He put his 2 feet up on the middle rope, right in front of Bushwhacker Luke. Bushwhacker Luke was having none of that, so he shoved his feet off of the ropes. McLeod reached out through the ropes and hit Bushwhacker Luke. You don't do that to a WWE Hall of Famer. Francis is coming back. He just hit McLeod with a big belly-to-belly suplex, but only a 2 count. Maybe the momentum is changing a little bit. Looks like Francis may be signaling he's ready to put McLeod away with the cash flow. Got him in the headlock for it. Oh, but nope. McLeod turned it around into a suplex. And a second.
John Francis's back can take.
And a third.
Between the stretching that I was getting earlier in the meeting.
I don't know if we're in Suplex City. We're certainly at least in Suplex Township.
John McLeod smiling as he delivers the third terminal and takes the gloves off and the other earth pad.
It's amazing that Francis was moving at all.
McLeod is pacing around as Francis slowly gets to his feet.
John Francis struggled to his feet.
McLeod sneaking up behind Francis, has him in position for another suplex. Francis is elbowing his way out of it. Up into a fireman's carry. And then a stunner. That's the TKO. I think Francis just used McLeod's own finishing move against him. Both guys are down after that. 8. Up to 9. Francis rolls over at 9. Drapes his arm across McLeod. And after all that time, that 9 count actually helped both gentlemen recover. McLeod had just enough in him to kick out.
Francis calling for a cash flow. This time he's not playing around. He may have made it.
Francis signaling for his own finishing move after he's used McLeod's against him. Oh, and he hit him with his move, but McLeod rolled himself out of the ring and onto the floor, so Francis can't capitalize.
Once again, she rolls out of the reach of John Francis to finally get it for a new PRW heavyweight champion.
I don't know if I can describe this properly, but since you can't actually see this during this radio recap, but the cash flow, Francis's move starts as a Jake the Snake type strangulation chokehold where you wrap your opponent's forearms around his own neck from behind. But then he picks him up and flings him over almost as a suplex sort of fashion. I'm sure there are better ways to describe it, but that's what I've got right now. Francis looked like he was going to do it on the floor. Oh, and Francis just got run into the ring post on the outside.
Francis is down. Sean McLeod is up. The referee is back in the ring to check down Francis to start the
Men are still outside the ring. The ref's counting. McLeod just kicked Francis. And Francis is up and rolling into the ring, but McLeod rolls him back out. But that was enough to break the count.
Starting the count over again.
The action's back in the ring. McLeod has Francis in an armbar submission hold. Francis is not submitting yet. He's twisting himself around, trying to get his feet to the ropes. And finally, Francis gets his feet to the ropes. And McLeod is supposed to break the hold. The ref's counting, but McLeod hasn't released it yet. The ref broke the hold for him. He reached in and grabbed McLeod's hands. Sean McLeod spending time jabbering at the crowd now, which is probably not a good strategy. He started out the match really smart, but that could be a mistake. And there we go. Francis threw him into the ropes. Pop-up powerbomb. Oh. But McLeod kicked out at 2.5. 2.9. After a trade of big moves, McLeod hits Francis with a spinning discus forearm. And after finishing move after finishing move, that's what finally puts Francis away.
Your winner is still PRW Heavyweight Champion, Sean McLeod.
And there you hear the announcement. Still PRW Heavyweight Champion is Sean McLeod. And unless there's further shenanigans, that's the end of the show here at Inman's Bowling and Recreation Center. This is Ken the Metal Professor representing WVLP. And McLeod is stomping on Francis in the ring. Here comes Bushwhacker Luke up through the apron, through the ring ropes, and he chases McLeod out of the ring. This has been Project Revolution Wrestling's event, Love and War. This recap is brought to you by the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program on WVLP. If you're listening on Sunday night, you can hear the replay Wednesday night. The show goes from 8 to 10 on Sundays, 10 to midnight on Wednesdays. McLeod is puzzled as music plays, and here is Akua coming out to ringside. And remember, Akua won the belt from Francis the last event in Valpo. Then McLeod won it from Akua with a shady deal. Akua chased Francis into the ring, or chased McLeod into the ring, and when McLeod got up into the ring, Bushwhacker Luke clotheslined him. Bushwhacker is flinging McLeod into the corner. And here we go. Belly splash. Uh-oh. Bushwhacker Luke is signaling for maybe a Rikishi-style stink face. Okay, this may not be a family-friendly show anymore. Bushwhacker Luke has dropped trowel and given himself a big underwear wedgie. And there it goes, right into Sean McLeod's face. Whew, and now the pants are back up again. Thank goodness. He just got butt whacked. Now Akua is up in the ring. He wants a turn at McLeod. Hopefully he's not going to do the stink face. These guys must not have heard me giving my outro. They're still doing stuff. Oh. Akua tries with his spinning discus forearm. So that's interesting that McLeod and Francis couldn't put each other away with their own finishing moves, with each other's finishing moves. McLeod had to pull out Akua's finisher to take care of Francis. So I wonder who has the next crack at McLeod. It's probably going to be Akua again, is my guess.
You know what? I am sick and tired of waiting. Chi-Town, give this man his rematch!